Good morning. Guess where I am? Of course, Jerusalem. Look how beautiful it is. This is the southern wall of the city. Sadly, you cannot visit us because of the war, but it's the best weather ever. What I'm doing here, this time, I forced someone that I met, let's say, 3 weeks ago. He's a tour guide, and I think you already knows that not working. We are not working. Then instead of that, instead of staying at home, we are we are traveling in Israel and studying about new places with, let's say, uh, um, scholars who actually knows everything in Israel. And every day it's like a different tour. And I met a young guy. I don't know if he's young, but he looks like young guy. And his name is Avi, which is shortcut of Abraham. And I heard something so amazing. Then I forced him to visit with me and to talk about his life. Now, I don't know if he agree or not, but he's a Jew, and not only a Jew, is something very important in the army. And when I met him, he was with a uniform because he's serving now Israel, at least for the last 5 months, because of the war, kind of the reserve. And but this is not the story. We have a lot of them. The story, you know what? Let me ask him. What is your story, Avi? But the sun is in your eyes. This is Avi.
Hi,
Avi,
hi,
family,
shalom.
family, Avi. And tell me about yourself. You are how old you are?
I'm 52 years old,
52 years old. It looks like 30.
but I feel 52 if it helps.
All right. All right. I'm 61 and I feel like 32. And we are actually visiting here the southern part of the Temple Mount. But for you as a Jew, it's the Jewish temple.
Of course.
But your story is different. You went to the university. All right, come on, talk about it.
Well, yeah, I actually spent 24 years in the military, in the IDF, up to the rank of a lieutenant colonel.
Ooh.
And yes, I
Hey,
retired.
sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, relieved. And retired 6 years ago from the military. Um, I spent 6 years in the intelligence services and then 18 years in the civil administration in the West Bank and Gaza Strip.
Ooh.
So I have a very close and intimate knowledge and experience with Palestinians. Um, and after my retirement, I did a master's degree in Islamic studies. And after I did my Islamic studies master's in Berlin, or through the Berlin University, the Free University in Berlin, with Muslims and Palestinians and Arabs from all over the world, I realized that what I really want to do is stop studying about Arabs and learning about Arabs from researchers, Jewish, Israeli, European researchers, but rather cross over and study with Arabs, with Muslims, in a Muslim and an Arab environment. In a sense, immerse myself in Palestinian society as an equal, as a as a student, as a friend. And I searched for a university or an academic college that would accept me, and I found one in a town called Baqa al-Gharbiyye in Israel. It's an Arab Muslim town, right on the border with Samaria, northern part of the West Bank. Literally on the border, so there's a big wall separating it from the other Baqa on the other side. And there I applied to study in a college called Al-Qasemi College.
which I heard it's a very good one.
Yes, it's one of the best Arab colleges we have in Israel. We have three colleges in Arab colleges in Israel. One in Sakhnin, one in Haifa. But what is unique about Al-Qasemi is that it is also Islamic. So it's a religious institution.
It's religious.
Yes.
You are a Jew,
Yes.
and you were, if I can say, too crazy to go to Muslim Islam university with a lot of people who are believers, and I don't know what they're thinking about you as a Jew.
Yeah, it was.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Guys, this is crazy. This is unique. I think he is the only one, only Israeli, only
Yes.
Jew.
Yes.
Because I study in Haifa University with so many Arabs, but it was an Israeli university. Avi went to a Muslim university, a religious Muslim university.
Correct.
All right.
And I was not only the only, but the first and only and last Jew to
Only
study
last.
there.
All right.
So that was quite an experience. And Al-Qasemi is unique also in its Islam because it's not a regular Islamic institution. It's a Sufi.
Whoa, which makes it very spiritual.
Yes, it's so Sufism is the mystical path or school of Islam, and they come from a particular sect in Sufi Islam called the Khalwati Tariqa. So Tariqa is the way or the school,
Yeah.
and Khalwatis are a certain type of Sufis. And I was the first Israeli Jew to apply to study there. I think they're open about 40 years. They train Arab students to become teachers. They give a BA and an MA in education. And I studied there for 2 years.
All right, you are now reaching university for the first time and say, hello, I'm a Jew and I want to study here. What's happened to them?
I think we were both very nervous. First of all, I was very nervous. My family was in hysteria. My friends thought I was committing suicide. They thought I won't come back.
All right.
They tried to persuade me not to go. I'll be kidnapped. I'll be murdered. I'll be hurt. I'll find myself in a situation.
And that when you didn't say a thing, you are too modest. But someone came to me and introduced you to me, and he said he study in a Muslim university, and you must interview him. And I said to myself, it's April Fool's. I mean, it's April First. No, it's not real.
Yes, it sounds even more surreal now, following the writing in 2021 and the war now in 23, 24. And I hope I won't be the last one Israeli Jew.
Yeah. I think we are now opening something new. Take your bag. Let's go to sit at the stairs that led to that Jewish temple.
Yes.
And later on, if it's okay by you, Avi, I want to, if it's okay by you, can you tell me about the Muslim perspective about the Temple Mount, Haram al-Sharif, how they see it? Because I mostly knows how I see, how the Israelis, the Jews see it. But I'm not sure that I know everything about the
Muslim perspective,
Muslim
narrative. Oh,
Oops, yeah. That funnest of a place. And let me see that there's someone being your eyes. Yes. Are you okay?
Yep.
Great. Done.
So this is behind us. This is what we call Sharei Hulda, the gates of Hulda.
Yes.
This is where people 2,000 years ago, Jews, entered the temple. And today, what is behind this wall is Al-Aqsa Mosque.
Aha. I'm sure that if you're watching my videos, then you know that I took 2 videos lately about the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Temple Mount, Haram al-Sharif. So,
yes.
Yeah.
So this is the third most holiest place in Islam. It is here that Muhammad ascended to the sky and arrived here on a winged horse called Buraq, and what is the Isra and the Maraj from Mecca.
Which
on
is
this-
there.
Yes, and so there are different perspectives in Islam. Some Muslims traditionalists would say this literally happened. So the story is Muhammad ascended this majestic horse called Buraq with
And
wings
Buraq, yeah.
and ascended and arrived here. Some Sufis would say this was a spiritual experience. So they see it from a mystical perspective. But whatever it is, this is considered to be the mosque that existed here at the time of Muhammad. Now, most modern Muslims and Arabs and Palestinians um, would basically look at it as a mosque that has always been here, and they would deny the existence of a Jewish temple because it contradicts with the modern nationalistic clash between Zionism and the Palestinian movement. But the truth is that 100 years ago, if you had come here, you would have been given to read leaflets by the Waqf describing this
as
as
Jewish
the
temple.
place of the Jewish temple. So, politics plays a big role, and the place of Al-Aqsa is now very politicized. And so most Muslims today would see it as like a focal point of clash with Judaism and Zionism. But this is a modern political perspective.
All right, but let's go back to your school.
Yes.
You're entering for the first time. I'm sure that there were rumors about the crazy Israeli Jew who's coming to study with us.
Yes. Later when I spoke about with students that I became friends with, they kind of described this as a very frightening experience for them because they were sure that I came from the Mossad or the security services.
That's what I thought too.
To spy on them and collect information. But I think once they met me, they realized that I'm here to study and learn and really feel connected. So it's
Arabic.
Everything in Arabic.
Then I thought so. Then
everything in Arabic.
Did you know Arabic before?
So I had good spoken Arabic.
Oh, lovely.
In Arabic is a diglossic language in the sense that there is the classical Arabic, which you write and read in, and then there's the spoken version.
Yeah,
there's many different tongues or localized versions of Palestinian Arabic and Moroccan Arabic, Egyptian Arabic, etc. They're different. So I speak, the local street Palestinian Arabic. And that meant that I had a tough time academically to read and write.
Right. Everything in Arabic. You couldn't actually write.
Huge challenge. Yeah.
It's all in Arabic. It couldn't be, let's say, tested in English or in Hebrew.
And no, everything is in Arabic. The tests are in Arabic. The lectures are in Arabic. The material that you have to read is in Arabic. And most of the students couldn't speak Hebrew.
It is so funny because Baqa al-Gharbiyye, it's actually in Israel, isn't it?
It is.
And the students came from
all over.
All over the world as well, or only from?
So some, but 60% came from the Negev, Bedouins.
All right, the south of Israel, the Bedouins.
The rest, 40% came from the north, Galilean.
All right.
Arabs from the north, and so it was a bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah, but not Jordanians.
No, all Arab Israelis.
All
Arabs, holding Israeli citizenship, but very few of them actually spoke Hebrew. So for me, it was exceptional because I came to speak Arabic. I didn't want them to converse with me in Hebrew or anything. The whole point was to be immersed and to really fit in and to learn. And
what subject did you study?
So
it's in Islam,
Sufism, literature, poetry, modern, prose, modern short stories, novellas, the array of literature, um, of course, teaching skills, psychology, sociology, all the different types of skills you need in class management and school, um, developmental psychology, and so it was 2 years of study, and
And then you got a BA or something like that?
again,
Yeah. At the end, you got a diploma
yeah.
or
So the end is a teaching diploma, and I actually taught for 2 years in an Arab school in East Jerusalem, here, not far away from here, in Beth Hanina.
wow, but the other side of
Yeah,
Jerusalem.
in the northern part of Jerusalem. And it was an incredible experience for me because I had 24 years of learning about Arabs and Palestinians from the other side, and suddenly you have this experience of being part of a class, part of learning.
What is the difference? It's to see everything from the Islam perspective.
The Arab Palestinian perspective. Yes.
Wow.
So it's, I used to study about Arabs.
No, that I know, but
Now it's experiencing, for example, you study
that's what
poetry.
I'm on. Yes.
Poetry. And you study poetry which is written by Palestinians or
Then it's
very
a little bit
famous
politic.
Arabs.
I mean, it's
Have to do with political issues,
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to do with the clash with the Jews and Zionism. Short stories regarding from the 40s and 50s and 60s regarding the clash with Israel, and here we are discussing it in a modern, class, Arab Israelis studying to become teachers in Israel, studying Ghassan Kanafani, who is a very famous poet and writer, Palestinian from Akko, who was raised in Lebanon, joined the PLO, was a prominent figure in the PFLP, which is a left-wing organization, and killed by Israelis after he orchestrated the Ben Gurion massacre in the 70s.
yes.
So here we are studying his works, and all his works are political. And so,
How difficult it was to you?
It's incredible how delicate it is to try and maneuver teaching these subjects, these topics in this environment. And, it's just, it's a real landmine. It's a landfill. And so you always have these questions. Should I intervene? Should I ask questions? Should I take over the discussion? And then again, you say, maybe not. Maybe I'll pollute this experiment. I'll start asking questions and take it somewhere else.
And what's happened actually?
And most of the times I kept quiet because I wanted to learn.
They actually looked at you every time when
Yeah.
they talked about bad things about us?
It kind of always was in my mind. Just my presence here is perhaps changing the mood of the class or not? Should I intervene, ask questions? Should I respond? Often, the questions asked and the questions not asked sometimes is
A lot
even
of
more
them.
important.
Yeah.
What is not discussed
Yeah.
ever.
Oh gosh, it's not easy.
So the truth is that I came with, I think that one of the problems the Israelis have with understanding Arabs and Arabs have with understanding Israelis is they don't listen.
Everyone's got
don't
their own
Listen
perspective.
to the
own
other
way,
side
yeah.
and hear
Sadly.
their perspective. Certainly Israelis often disregard what Palestinians say, and it's really strange because often we are told what Palestinians think, and we simply kind
What
of
they're supposed to think. How dare they to think something else?
and we think they're simply misguided or they misunderstand reality. but this is their reality.
True.
And if you don't listen to what your neighbor says, you'll never learn. Whether you like it or not, whether you accept it or not, whether it's the most disgusting and appalling and unacceptable position, you have to
You
listen.
have to listen. Well, one more thing. Someone told me that you wrote a book
Yes,
in Hebrew.
yes. I wrote a book. Actually, I used to come home after study, and friends would gather and ask me questions. What are they like? What are they
Yes,
doing? Do
yes,
they really
yes.
fast on Ramadan? Is it real? What do they teach? Is there incitement? Do they hate us? What's their? And I used to sit, for long nights and tell them about my experiences. And eventually, it became too much. And I said, you know what? Let me just write a journal, and I'll mail it to you, and you'll get updates, because I can't tell the story every day to 50 different people. And I started writing a journal, and this developed over 2 years. Eventually, I ended up with 500-600 pages of a memoir, or just a journal of my experiences, my feelings, the notes that I was making in my mind. I used to think this, now I see that. And
sadly, it's in Hebrew, isn't it?
yeah, so it was written and published 3 years ago in Hebrew, and 2 months ago it was translated to English.
English?
English, yes, and uploaded to Amazon.
Really?
Yes.
Can I? Do you have,
Yes,
they have the book in English as well? This is something special.
I brought it for you.
The guy sells his book at Amazon. This is the only way. Wow, it's
Yes.
not a book. It's really a big one.
Yes. So it was translated into English as The Only Jew in the Room. Yes.
Oh, good. The only Jew. It's amazing.
Yeah. This is actually a paper cut. You know what is paper cut art?
Yes. Yes.
So my father-in-law is a paper cut artist.
Oh, I do have another woman who's doing it in Tel Aviv.
Yeah. So I actually used this format of his.
It's like
of his
art.
art.
It's how many pages?
It's actually 8 layers of paper.
No, that I know. I'm talking about the book.
365 pages.
And if they will write it, if they will write it Amazon, the only Jew in the room.
That's what you get. Yeah.
Excellent.
Avi Shalev.
Avi Shalev. Avi, Abraham, Isaac. It's me, Zahid, and he was in a way my father. Abraham and Isaac. It was here.
Absolutely.
It was here. There's a lot of connections in that video. Then it was pleasure. And I didn't know about the book in English. That's why I didn't talk about it before. But now you know that there's a book in English. And if you want, be my guest. Go to Amazon. Avi, thank you very much for doing it. Sorry that I forced you to leave your house today and to move with me to Jerusalem for that interview. It was perfect. Thank you very much, my friend. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And remember, I do have more than 20,000 videos on YouTube. See you. If you do have questions, you can ask me and you can ask Avi, and I will answer it for you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.